What's going on YouTube? It's me, Marco Ortiz. This is what I'm wearing today. Nike shirt I wore a couple of July 4ths ago. I'm going to show you what I got on feet. My brother gave me these several months back last year. These are the Deion Sanders Diamond Turf. Okay, match with it. Okay, showing you a glimpse of what the room looks like. Yeah, I had these bread toes on yesterday. If you can't cop retail, cop UAs, you have an option, folks. You don't always have to pay $400 or $500 or $1,000 for a pair of shoes that you really want. Just a fraction of the cost. I was already filming, so I didn't want to edit the video, because you guys already know I don't edit nothing on my channel. I'll just redo the video if anything and then put it up. I don't have time to be editing. You got crystallization here that was found on these Jordan 1s, and there was the chemical that they either used or the black paint that they used on the color blocking when they made the shattered backboard 1s, the 2s, the pine greens. Of course, these shadows, you know, there was a lot of inconsistency with the Royals. Even this happened also on the Royals. Royals and shadows, there was a little inconsistency with the leathers that they used. Some were more tumbled than others, either on the swoosh or on certain panels. Okay, these were StockX verified. StockX is selling other things other than sneakers on their site. As you can see, you got Rolexes on the card. I'm gonna take a wipe, a rag to these, wet it a little bit. You could use a damp rag, hand towel, regular towel, wipes, whatever you could use. You don't need much to bring these back to life. I'm showing you what they look like now, so you can see what it's gonna look like when I just wipe it off a little bit. Don't freak out if you do order from StockX or GOAT or anyone else, or if you get them off the street or any other website, whether it be eBay, Stadium Goods, any of those type of companies. Just wipe them down, it's no big deal. Shoes are made to be worn. They're gonna get dirty. Clean them up like we used to do back in the day with toothbrushes. These I assisted my brother in getting. These are his pair, 11.5s, for my brother Rick. This video is for you, of course. And I'm going to show you what these are going to look like once I wipe them down. A lot of people slept on these pairs. I had gotten 4, sold 3, kept 1. I've worn mine, of course, and it's about it, Let me show you. Okay, YouTubers, this is what I'm going to be showing you, all right? This is what I'm going to be showing you. I got the dogs sleeping. They're both sleeping, knocked out in the background there. They got the good life, Better than my life, anyway. Got a couple of cats running around. I got a new camera phone, so that's what I'm going to be using. Camera phones are just as good as these regular cameras that you guys are paying outrageous dollars for, all right? You got this. You see the crystallization on there. Sometimes the camera phones are better than the $1,000, $2,000 cameras that you guys are buying, by the way. They work just as good. If you want to start a YouTube video channel, whether it be sneakers, makeup, whatever you guys like doing on YouTube or would like to do. My channel hasn't blown up because I don't feed into the hype. I didn't start my YouTube channel for notoriety or money or anything else. Those who know me or who've rocked with me before know that I was rocking and doing UA videos. I didn't rock too many UAs, but I pretty much show you the comparison videos between retail and unauthorized authentics. And, big shout outs to people out there like MK Truth and his channel, who've been doing only stuff that I was doing and a bunch of other YouTubers were doing many years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, not to take shine away from him or anyone else, but people are pretty much going for UAs nowadays because they don't want to get hit on the head, as we would say, for prices on sneakers that their parents either can't afford or they can't afford, and they have a budget to go for. I did it because sneakers and wearing sneakers was something me and my brother did many years ago. And back in the day, there was no such thing as reselling. It was either the sneaker sold out, you could cop multiple pairs of sneakers that you wanted. You could go into a store and pretty much get anything you wanted without pretty much worrying about the sneaker flying off the shelf. Nowadays, you have to worry about resale value. And as much as people disagree with buying UAs, I think China has the market cornered anyway, whether it be retail or UA or any other variant, whether it be a fake replica, whatever you want to call it. These shoes are all made in China, so it doesn't matter if you're wearing Nikes, Adidas. Most of these companies are getting them from the factories and multiple factories. Even retail pairs have inconsistencies. None of the shoes are going to be 100% identical at times. It could be a simple thing as a stitching flaw. I have had StockX send me a pair of bread toes that I sent them a cleaner pair, and they passed the cleaner pair, but for some reason wouldn't pass the other pair. But it was little inconsistencies. That didn't mean that they were fake because they didn't even label them as being fakes. And in my opinion, they weren't fakes because I know pretty much that I got it from a reputable person that was selling sneakers at the time. And he would have been called out for selling fakes or UAs or anything like that in the Facebook sneaker sites. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was something, because who's to say that some certain things are fake anyway? I mean, some of these people that are so-called authenticators don't know shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? So there's no one that's out there that has 100% authenticator licensing anyway. You know, if you come to think about it, you know, like I said, shoes vary. There's samples that were made. You know, a lot of these shoes that are being done as UAs are being there. The UAs are being pretty much made in the same factories as the retail pairs. And how could you have a fake that when you have material that's identical as the retail pair, same color, same, maybe the stitching might be off a little bit, maybe they're rushing while making pairs, but sometimes I've had pairs where you'll have a UA model actually made better than a retail, and that might be because they're making them in smaller batches and they have time to perfect the shoe, and they do perfect the shoe. Even if there's minor inconsistencies, even the brand with retail pairs, they might put out certain models that if they don't like the color or color blocking on certain shoes, they're gonna scrap the idea and make another version of it. And you see that sometimes with certain samples on even older pairs that were made on certain pairs, whether it be Air Maxes, Nikes. Jordan brand does that a lot. They've done that with multiple shoes where they didn't like the color blocking with the gold that went on. And what they did was they would switch up certain things on a shoe and scrap the idea and go ahead with plan B. And there you go. All done. Just got to let it dry out. I don't have any paper towels at the moment. I got to get some. But I used a regular kitchen rag. I wet it. Okay, I wet this nice kitchen rag. I wiped the black panels down on the medial and lateral and on the front of the toe box and around the swoosh or Nike check symbol. And that's pretty much it. I didn't see any crystallization around the collar. It was only on the panels. So that leads me to believe that they didn't really use too much of that same paint on the collar. Okay. These shoes right here pretty much go with anything If you don't have too much to wear in your closet, gray and black and white, you can never go wrong because it's a simple and neutral color. Okay. There you go. Outsole, all black. Once again, you guys seen me on my channel years ago. I even had gotten my mom a pair of these about 3-4 years ago. These are 2018 was a great year for Jordan brand and Nike brand because they were putting out a lot of shoes and great shoes. They brought back a lot of shoes in 2018 and they were doing big things. So back when people were sleeping on the brand, whether it be Nike or Jordan brand, and Kanye was doing his thing with Adidas, you know, who's on top? I told you Nike would never fade out, you know, and die out, you know, but no one was listening back then, you know. I'm just wiping the soles down because it almost looked like somebody had tried these on, but, you know, I'm just wiping them down to make sure there's no dirt on here, you know. But that's pretty much it. Rock these shoes, Rick. Break them in. There's nothing like a great pair of broken in shoes. Jordan ones are always known to be well worn with any outfit. They've lasted the age of time. I remember when my dad first got me my first pair of Air Jordans in 1985, and that was the Chicago colorway. We didn't even have colorways, you know. There's no such thing. You know, when the brand put out a sneaker, people would say, oh, did you get the new Air Jordans? It was a new model. We didn't have numbers for them. We just knew them as the new Air Jordans, you know what I mean? And they weren't known as GS sizes. They were known as Sky Jordans for the kids that were wearing them, you know? And who would ever think that this shoe would be the most iconic shoe in the Jordan line? As many as you guys like the Jordan 11, the Jordan 11 wouldn't be where he's at without the 1. And these go over the Jordan 11 any day, you know. That's just my opinion, you know. Classic silhouette. Most people confuse them and mistaken them with the Dunks. They look so much similar to the Dunks. This stands the test of time, you know. Classic silhouette. All right, classic silhouette. Wear your shoes, folks. Don't save them. Wear your shoes. Shoes are made to be worn. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Still to this day, I got maybe like close to 300,000 views and less than 1,000 subs. But I'm not here for the subs. I'd rather be here for people that really want to see true sneaker collectors wear their shoes, not hype beasts or people out there that are out there on YouTube just to get notoriety. I did this because people like Rob Dollar and DS Dan still doing his thing to this day. Big shout out to DS Dan. They got me into making these videos because when I had my vault in storage, you know, I had hundreds of shoes in there. You know, I've downsized a little. Still have about like 200 pairs, but it is what it is, you know. I did this because of the passion, the drive. You know, people collect baseball cards, comic books, etc., coins. I did it all when I was younger. I still got a little bit of my comic books. I had tons of baseball cards. So then, you know, this was a hobby for me. I got into sneaker collecting because it brought back memories of my youth when we wore our shoes. We dogged them out and got multiple pairs. You know, you hear people like Fat Joe, people like Mayer. They had shoes. They went into the sneaker stores and copped multiple pairs of shoes. You know, people like DJ Clark Kent. You know, those people. You know, those are the true sneaker collectors. You know, when you don't have anywhere to store your kicks and you got to put them in bathrooms and stuff like that, you know you have a passion for sneakers and wearing and collecting. Stay tuned to the channel. I got something coming from Mayor himself, something I bought on Urban Necessities. Stay tuned to the channel because I also got something from Fat Joe. So if you guys want to see the real deal, sneaker collecting and wearing, stay tuned to the channel. I'm out. Peace. One love. See you on the next one. Peace.